Hello and welcome to another episode of Frogs Hollow TV. My name's Toby Cooper and joining me once again on the panel is Geordie Batchelor. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks, Toby. Good to be back.
No problem. Again, Geord, we have a cracking show planned tonight with full wraps of the recent Loveday 400 and Moranbah Short Course, including insights from Cooper Weston and Dan Dunn before looking ahead at this weekend's big one, the Gundy 500, round 3 of the ARB Australian Championship with Canowindra locals Jamie and Symon Knight. So straight into last weekend's Loveday 400, round 3 of the 2025 ORC held at the Loveday 4x4 Adventure Park in South Australia, and it proved once again to be a brutal event for competitors. But Geord, it was the Mason trucks who locked out the podium in 1, 2 and 3.
Yeah, mate, seemed to be a truck weekend. Like, I think the track done it out fairly well, and I think on the last episode, Toby Waitley called it, like, if they got that little bit of rain and a little bit tacky, that it was going to run out and it'd become a trucks race, and it certainly did, didn't it?
They got the rain, I can tell you. Big square edges. I think that was the talking point, just how big they were.
Yeah.
A lot of parts were really drivable, but I reckon some parts of the track were brutal, to say the least.
It was wet, like that Friday night and the Saturday, the first couple of heats, like it was wet in that stadium section.
We all saw the prologue. Congratulations, John Towers. Great drive to take P1. I think it was around 14 or 15 competitors that didn't do the prologue for a couple of reasons. But, hats off to Travis Robinson and Paul Curry. Said at the start, Geord, they were my sort of selection. I didn't think once the conditions deteriorated, they'd be just too good in the rough. I was going on what they did at Fink. But that truck, I mean, where we camped for the weekend, you could hear him coming from sort of your right.
Yep.
It was like being at the Adelaide airport. It was just a jet
just
coming in, flying. And when it come past us, didn't back off once through the rough stuff. You even saw a lot of the bike competitors really had to sort of work their way through that back part of the track.
Yeah.
But Travis, Bo likewise, Toby Waitley was another one. Young Zaka, he held it flat. He was impressive. But, hats off to Trav Robinson, and that's back-to-back wins in the ORC for him. I think that's the first time in his career he's done that.
Yep. No, that's a great weekend. They've, both ABRs 1-2 and coming off the Fink 1-2 as well. That's pretty good team effort, eh?
Perfect weekend.
Yeah.
He had a 28-second lead over Boston Morgan Horan, the young Kiwi, who was scintillating again. Such a joy to watch him live. He got beached on that final berm on Saturday afternoon, which cost him a good minute or so, easy.
Yeah.
So take that away, Boston would have been leading heading into day 2, which could have changed things, changed Boston's approach tremendously, knowing that he had to catch Travis on that next day. And then he did the torque converter. Penultimate lap of the event.
Final section, yeah.
So it wasn't to be for the Kiwi sensation. But, Travis, I think he ended up winning by about 14 minutes, which is a considerable margin. But being live, it felt like that too. It just felt streaks away from the rest of the competitors, except Boston, who unfortunately went out.
Boston, no one was really close.
But, Bo and Shane Hutt performed flawlessly again. I don't think they had any dramas, just kept doing their thing, sort of hovered around that sort of top 5 all weekend. Come home late, come home strong, finish the event. And then to their good friend Brent Smoothie, who first finish in the Mason.
Yep.
Nearly identical car to Travis. He was wrapped, saw his post-race interview with ORC, and first time not only on the podium of an ORC, but also,
that's the first finish in the truck, isn't it? Yeah.
So hats off to Smoothie. And Glen Ackroyd, what a performance from him. He had a bit of a gearbox issue on lap 2 of the first section, Saturday morning.
Yep.
It's hard.
David versus Goliath, that one, isn't it?
It was great to watch. Lockie Bailey actually got ahead of him on Sunday morning. Had a flat tyre, pushing hard, and then Glen Ackroyd took the lead. I think it was about 4 minutes in front, heading to that final section, and just went from strength to strength. And I know some of the other side-by-side competitors who I've spoken to just do not know how he goes that quick in those conditions.
I don't know how he does.
Obviously, coming off his win at Melbourne Mountain Classic to back it up with a 4th outright at a track like that against a field as strong as he saw at Loveday is one of the drives of the year for me today.
He'd be riding a high cloud at the minute.
Oh, I'd say so. Good on you, Glen Ackroyd and Nick Price and Jimmy Cotton. Shout out to you, mate. Great team, and I think we'll just see them to continue to perform. Jared Percival continues his remarkable run, Jordan. His Toyota-powered Element Prodigy. He rounded out the Loveday 400 top 5. I think he's only around 14 or so seconds behind Ackroyd at the completion of 400 kilometres. Right there in the hunt for the ORC again. He has got a bit of a gap to make up from the Robinsons. Last year, he got the number 2 on the plate, deservedly.
Yep.
Had a great year. I think that's 7 ORC finishes in a row, which is no mean feat. He's not just putting around. He always seems to start off that bit slower than the rest, works his way into the field. Yeah, results speak for himself. It was sixth, I think, 5th at Loveday. That's all you need to do. And if something in the next 2 rounds does happen to one of the OBR boys,
he'd be right
with both 900 points on the line, points and a half at Kalgoorlie in October. He's a huge chance still for the ORC. Hayden Bentley, Lachlan Bailey, Hannah Bentley, Cooper Weston and Daniel Challen completed the top 10 outright places. Special mention to Hannah Bentley. She's another one, early 20s, been around the sport all her life, continually improving in that two-wheel drive racer trophy truck. And George, she looked quick all weekend and she deserved her finish.
I was seeing there at one stage she was getting pretty close to Dad too, but I think Dad just might have put the foot down a little bit and got away from her. But no, that was a great drive from her over the weekend. Like top 10 finish in AORC, like that's good.
Other class winners at the Loveday 400 included David Adams, Hank Parker. Geez, what an effort from Hank Parker. Just kept on going around there. Get quicker and quicker too.
Yeah.
The little silver bullet. Gary Coop in his little Super 1650 and Ross Newman. Fortunately, Ross dropped a couple of laps. I think he had a couple of flat tyres over the weekend.
Yeah, I
Yamaha, but
see that he had a few flats.
Talk about David and Goliath. Should have been shaking and moving when he got overtaken there a couple of times. Mate, a lot of big-name casualties on the weekend. We talked about Boston Morgan Horn, unfortunately. But good news, he's entered the St George 399 a few weeks, so we'll see him again in Queensland. For probably the first time, actually, competing in Queensland. His dad's done a few of the Gundy events, but Boston Morgan Horn will be back in a few weeks. What a star he is. Wes Cow, who was doing well in that 7-litre IMCO. He was very impressive. He hasn't raced for 4.5 years. I'll tell you what, seeing him live.
He was flying.
He was moving. He was upper. Johnny Towers, we saw him. I think he broke a front top arm.
I think so.
Put him out. Michael Zaka did transmission. I think he was running third on that final lap on Saturday. So he was going to head into Sunday in third spot. But it just wasn't a B for him. Another one that pushes very hard, and I think there's definitely wins ahead for Mike Zaka. Royden Bailey's done an engine. Toby Waitley had teething issues all weekend, just not going right for Toby Waitley. When he's on song, his times were about par with Bo.
Yep.
But Jordan, it just seems you're either in luck or out of luck in the off-road world, isn't it?
Yeah, and at the moment it seems like he's out of luck. Like you'd see him leave every heat and then, he'd be coming back in and fixing something. Like we've all had weekends like that. Don't beat yourself up too much, but
he'll be back.
You'll get there.
Also, a quick mention to the Loveday 4x4 Adventure Park crew, Tony, Jody, Toby and Keely down there, and put on a great show. The atmosphere was awesome, even with the conditions that weren't terrific.
Good weekend.
But Saturday, Sunday was fine.
Yep.
A couple of showers here and there, and didn't get wet at the tavern anyway. Last week I was fortunate enough to chat with Cooper Weston after his great run at Loveday. Check it out. It's great to welcome Cooper Weston on the Frogs Hollow TV for the first time. How are you, mate?
I'm going good, Toby. How about you?
Good. Conditions a bit better for yourself up there on the sunny GC last Friday.
It's nice to be out of that bloody cold weather, I tell you what. That Friday at Loveday, it was so wet and cold. I definitely appreciate it up here in the Gold Coast. It's beautiful.
Pretty miserable. Firstly, congratulations on your top 10 results, second in class last week at Loveday, yourself and Dad Chris. And tough event, mate. You're seeing the coming to your own on Sunday when a lot of others fell away.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal. Tony's got a great facility there at Loveday. And from the start of the week, me and Dad sort of had a bit of a game plan just to pick a pace that the car's going to do a weekend and just have a ball. So that's what we did. We haven't finished a race this year, so it was nice to get that monkey off our back and, finish a race. And it's a nice feeling getting across that finish line.
And just tell us a bit about your run. You said earlier your dad did the 5 laps on Saturday, and you jumped in on the Sunday. The track changed a lot over the 3 days, from Friday morning to Sunday afternoon. How was it for yourself in the rush buggy?
It was good. Honestly, in that car, the rough doesn't really affect it. Obviously, your pace is slower, but on the body, or I don't know, it doesn't really affect me. I mean, I was navigating on the Saturday, and I always feel as a navigator you do like it's a bit more harsher because you haven't got the steering wheel to brace yourself.
Mhm.
But then yeah, me jumping on Sunday was great because I knew the track, knew the conditions, and we timed it well, being in Heat B on the Saturday as well. So all the fast cars pushed all the mud away for us,
Mm.
and on Heat B there was no mud, and it was just a wicked run. Sick track. It's awesome.
It must have been a great feeling for yourself, Coops. I know your father's one of your biggest supporters, and undoubtedly grandfather Reese as well. They go to everything you do, and the backbone of the Western family. They're pretty stoked for you, mate.
Yeah, it was really cool seeing them just supporting us, like especially that race. All our families from South Australia, so I think there was like 25 Westerns
Hmm.
at Loveday. And the best thing about it too is they can watch the race. So normally with off-road racing, like Fink and a couple other ones, you see them once and they're gone. Whereas with Loveday, you're forever circulating. There's cars coming through, and that just makes it entertaining for them. So it was good having them there, and yeah, I love how much they support it. All my sisters, and it's great.
Thought your pop was going to do a somersault down the hill there at one stage. He was pretty pumped. Another finish.
Oh, yeah, but Reese, he loves it. I'll tell you what, between the three of us, that's what we talk about.
Yeah.
Mum gets sick of it sometimes, but no, between the three of us, we love it. It's great.
And what's next is St George ORC round 4. Only 3 weeks away now, so coming up quickly. I know it's one of the team's favourite events, and basically your local ORC race on the calendar. So looking forward to heading out there.
Yeah, we love St George. The fellas who run it, they're just great. Like the whole facility out there. I'm glad it's back on the national level. It's where it should be because that race is just super fun. And I don't know what it is, but I like the dirt out there. It's close to us. We stay at the caravan park. It's just a great setup. So we always look forward to running that event every year. It's good to be back on the national.
And then quickly after that, you're heading north to the iconic Don River Dash 2025.
Yes. Yep, Donna for that. So it's nice and busy. We'll see if we keep the car in one piece. I think that'll be the game plan with St. George. Just get through St. George and then hopefully for Don, quick prep and up we go. So and then that's another race. They're all just really good races that we're doing this year. We're pretty lucky.
Couldn't agree more. A lot of people in your corner, Coop. Anyone you'd like to thank in particular for making 2025 a reality?
Yeah, just everyone really. Like my family, obviously they're my biggest supporters. My mum and dad, Reese, Nan, everyone who gets behind, all my sisters. It's yeah, without them, it takes a lot more work. So I'm just lucky that they love it just as much as I do, to be honest. And all my sponsors, Mickey Thompson Tyres, Raceline Wheels, Dynamic Wilco, Easy Times Brewing, all those guys, the support is unreal. And yeah, it keeps sort of our dream alive and it motivates us every day to keep working and keep chasing it.
And talk about work. Gold Coast Off-Road Rush is going well. Still doing plenty of hot laps up there.
It's doing great. I tell you what, I never get sick and tired of doing hot laps every day. It's great. Between me and Pop, he's still doing it too. He's like 75 years old and he still gets in the car every day
Love
and
it.
he absolutely loves it. Yeah, every day we pinch ourselves, we get to do it. So it's a great gig we got.
I'm up the case soon. I have to call in. I have to go for a ride.
That's what we said. Yeah, come down next time, Toby, and
Oh,
come take the buggy for a spin. Should be good.
definitely. Sounds good. Anyway, mate, thanks for joining us on Frogs Hollow TV. Congrats
you.
on your great result at Loveday and all the best at St George, Don River and the rest of 2025.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Toby, for letting me on the show and talking. It's good. Good.
All right, there he is, Cooper Weston. Last month was also the annual running of the Moranbah Short Course, Western Mackay, round 5 of the Queensland Mickey Thompson ARB Championship. And the weekend belonged again to Dan Dunn. Another outstanding performance, literally driving the wheels off his Can-Am X3, and that is now 3 wins on the trot at Moranbah, Jordan. It doesn't get any better than that.
No, mate, you can't get much better than that, and I think he was pretty convincing over the pro cars too. In the Can-Am, I think it was 30, 40 seconds in between them.
Yeah, fast, dusty conditions. And the Charles Towers local produced another brilliant front-running performance. Led after Section 1 and off he went. I think it was around a 12-kilometre circuit. Brilliant performance. Survived the stern test from the calendars to complete, as you said, around a 35-second victory. It's a hat-trick of Moranbah crowns. And I can't recall too many. I know over the years competitors win races over time, but to win 3 in a row, it's always a good field at Moranbah because you've got sort of the southern Queenslanders coming up and you've got the North Queenslanders close enough. Talbot Cox was in the field, Kai Malari, Falaba was there, the calendars. So hats off to Dan Dunn, and we'll talk to him later in the show. Local talent Trent Callender snatched second outright off his father Drew, who was runner-up last year behind Dan Dunn. So Trent's now in the Razorback, and Drew's running the ex-Nick Marson Ford-powered Racer Engineering Ultimate car, which is one of the best pro cars in Australia. Trent Callender, though, we'll talk about him. He's great, a lot of potential. He's going to be knocking on the door. I'm not going to say he's going to win a big race in the next sort of 12 to 18 months, but I think he's got plenty of victories in years to come.
If he keeps on its wheels, mate, I think he'll be going well. I think he'll get up there.
Yeah, 100%. Saw a bit of footage from him at Moranbah, and it was quite impressive. He was a few seconds off his father overnight, and he come home strong. I think they only did the 4 laps on Sunday morning. They like to get things over and done with around lunchtime, which is, I think, a great initiative from the Mackay Offroad Club, Mick Misford and Chris Colborne and Taylor Teachman up there. So hats off to you guys. Hosted another great weekend at Moranbah. And then Drew crossed in third. So I saw those top 3 was a bit above the rest of the field in terms of the outright order. Fourth outright, another great story, Aaron Nicol, who's, clearly in front now in the Queensland.
He's having a good run this year, isn't he?
I think that's his 3rd, 4th for the year.
Yeah.
And then he also had that runner-up finish recently. So Aaron Nicol, if he keeps that up, he's the man to beat in the Queensland Championship, that is for sure. Luke Brandon was another competitor who performed flawlessly all weekend. His first drive of the X-Splits Racing Polaris Pro R, which is the latest model. So Jackson Evans, Kane Jones run that.
Yep.
Now, Mr. Luke Brandon has that in his possession, only a young guy as well. Him and his father and sister all compete. Drills Run Racing Facebook page. Been around the Queensland circuit now for a few years based on the Sunshine Coast. So hats off to Luke. He's a big supporter of Frogs Hollow TV, and look forward to seeing him on the top of the side-by-side dice in years to come. Other class winners at Moranbah included Darren Angel, probably one of his best outright finishes in a number of years in his Cadco. Good guy of the sport, Darren Angel out there at Gympie. Jason Keane had a nice run in the Class 10. Colin Gavin, Milk Boys Racing. Defeated his teammate again. Colin Gavin seems to get the upper hand there a bit. Caitlin Long, Darren Brandon, who of course is Luke's father. He took out the Class 6S victory. Josh Pyle and Jack Musico took the future champions title at Moranbah. A few notables, Jord, who experienced dramas over the weekend. Talbot Cox, all pump belt early on. I think he did the same thing at Don River last year, so obviously something going on there for Talbot Cox. Great performer. A multiple-time Don River champion, won the Stackpool event a couple of times as well. So keep an eye on him for the rest of the season. Tony Falaba, I think he had a delaminated tyre. I saw on a picture on Facebook early on that one. So not a good start, but he still got around, changed it, and successfully completed the event. I think he's still second in the championship, so Falaba's still a hope. And the good thing for him is he's heading into the rounds that sort of suit that car. Obviously, Gundy, place he's done well at over the years. Don River, likewise, and they finish off at Mount Larkham in October. So once again, Moranbah Honours went to Dan Dunn, and earlier in the week I caught up with the 3-time champ. Check it out. How are you, Dunny?
Good, mate. Yourself?
Not too bad. Congratulations on your recent victory. That's now 3 Moranbah titles in a row. So tell me, what's the secret?
Well, I don't know if there is a secret. I think it's just a matter of finishing, and you got to be smooth to finish.
You had a great run. Once again, you took out the first lap, which in Queensland Section 1, basically the prologue. From there, you were sort of never headed. You had a bit of a push from the calendars. Young Trent's rising through the ranks, and his father Drew and the ex-Marson racer. But you literally had to drive the wheels off your Can-Am to get the win. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, Drew pushed me last year as well. It was right to the finish line. Last year I backed off just on the last lap just to make sure I finish, and I had a 40-second lead last year, and just by backing off that tiny bit, he pulled 20 seconds on the last lap. So you've literally got to drive it all the way every lap. But yeah, it was coincidence, luck. I don't know what it was, but literally the second last corner, the back wheel parted ways. It broke the stub off the outer hub, and the finish line was in sight. So I just kept the foot flat and pulled myself across the finish line.
And it's always a great little event at Moranbah. You held off some quality opposition. Talbot Cox was there, Tony Falaba, Kai Camilleri, a few of the quick side-by-side guys. How'd the track end up? I know it's always a fast and technical layout, but you obviously seem to handle it quite well.
I love that track. It's probably my favourite track out of the ones I've done so far. But yeah, it was tough all weekend. You had to drive it every lap and keep your pace up, but you had to keep it smooth so you finished. And I was always looking over my shoulder, looking in the rear vision mirror, but managed to hold them out for the whole weekend. So
tell us a bit about yourself, Dunny. I know you're a Charters Towers local. I saw you firsthand actually take out the prologue at the ORC round at Charters Towers last August, which turned a lot of heads that hadn't heard your name in the off-road scene. How'd you get involved in off-road, mate?
No, about 10 years ago, my brother and I got into it in Class 8 and just got to the point where we drove the wheels off it. Every time we raced it, we broke it. So we either had to step up and go bigger, but we couldn't afford to go bigger. So I got out of it and went back racing bikes again. And that was when the sort of side-by-sides were first coming in, when they had the Polaris 900s, and didn't really think anything of it then. And just with the local races in Charters Tower, just go out there and support that, and just got the itch again. I thought, no, I'm going to do it. So I did, and so far I've been pretty successful since I started back.
Next month, you're looking to defend your Class 6 title at the Don River Dash?
Yep, hopefully. See how it goes with the new Maverick R's, with the gearbox. As everyone knows, belts are an issue in Don River. But see what the gearbox does. But at the end of the day, it comes down to crossing the finish line. So it could be anyone's race.
Anyone you'd like to thank, mate? I know you've got your family behind you. Your brother's a big supporter, and anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, my sponsors, Towers Concrete and Aussie Powersports. Without their support, as everyone knows, racing's expensive, and every little bit helps. And the Dale family, they're my navigators between the kids and Shane, the father, and then Rick mechanicking for me. It's without them, they do all the behind the scene works, and Katie for keeping the camp in line, and then everyone, all the landowners for all the events. Without them, we wouldn't be racing. So they're the main ones we've got to thank. Yeah,
well said, well said. That's all we have time for tonight, Dunny. Thanks for joining me on Frog Solo TV. Congrats on your hat-trick of Moranbah victories. I'm sure you'll be lining up for a four-peat next July. Good luck at Don River and for years to come.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next year. See if the Yellow Rocket's still there, or whether we're in something else.
Well, so there could be an upgrade, you reckon, in the pipeline?
No, we'll see. It's a thought.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Thanks again, mate. All the best, and we'll chat soon.
No worries. Thanks for the opportunity to come on your show.
Now on to our only event preview of tonight's episode. This weekend's big one, the Gundy 500, round 3 of the 2025 ARB Australian Championship. 70-plus starters at Torridon, George, and it's another quality lineup.
Some good quality cars going there, Tobe, and I think there'll be some really good, not only outright battles, but I think there'll be a lot of good little class battles in amongst that weekend too.
Always is at Gundy.
Yeah.
It's one of the features of that event with how strong the Queensland racing is, and you throw in the national cars from down south, and it's a good mixture. Conditions, I believe, are prime, mate. Talking to Jamie Knight last couple of days, and things were very dry over there the last couple of months. But they had a bit of rain end of last week, making the racing conditions near perfect as we speak. So hopefully they continue to be like that. And we'll see some wheel-to-wheel action. The famous bear run is also back. I saw on the Gundy 500 Facebook page, so lots to look forward to at Gundy. Unfortunately, I won't make it this year, but I'll be watching on intently from the live stream.
Yeah, I think I'm going to head over and take the kids over for the day, so it should be good.
So looking into the field, Jordan, 3-time Gundy champion Denny Brown and George Abted, definitely one of the leading chances. Always fast at the Gundawindi circuit. 2-time defending champion Clayton Chapman. Well, he obviously is the man they'll all be chasing, and I know you like him heading into the weekend.
I like him heading into the weekend, mate, if he can put it together and hopefully have no dramas. I think that he'll go close to being a 3-time winner.
Well, pretty dominant, really, you could say, at Rainbow.
Yeah.
Then he had that engine drama at Wakery only sort of a few weeks ago. But Clayton Chapman, I'm sure they live in the mechanic world, so they'll be doing everything they can to make sure that Toyota's back to its full health.
It's all good to go.
They'll be definitely charging. Aaron James needs some luck to go his way, but I think he'll be right in the race. He was a 2017 Gundy champion. Another big player at Gundy over the years is North Queenslander Talbot Cox. He'll definitely be on the charge after a bit of bad luck at Moranbah. His second start of 2025. Then you have the young guns Kai Camilleri and Trent Callender. What can they do in their Jimco and Razorback respectively? Around the same age, live in the same town. It's just all gelling for one of those two to have a standout weekend for me. Championship leader Bowie Graham is heading up from Griffith. You can't rule him out. He's had 2 great runs this year, Jord. Second at Rainbow, 5th at Wakery. Both 2 tough events. Going to a place, Gundawindi, that he's done well in over the years. Jason Richards in the navigator's seat. Great family team. And I think Bowie Graham is another one that can sort of feature.
They're just passing like they're standing still, man. I think he'll have a good run, and there's every chance he can be there.
Yeah, I can't agree more. I think he's definitely a podium chance. Drew Callender is improving every race, and now in his racer will be a big shot at Gundy 500. I think he'll turn it up this weekend and get that big Ford out the back there. And what Mick Marson's done well over the years at Gundawindi, I think Drew Callender can replicate that. James Samp, saw him win at Burdekin earlier in the year. He's another North Queensland. I think he was up at Port Douglas, so he's making the long journey down. Jay Mitchell, Tony Falaba's always there. Both Simon and Jamie Knight, Jeff McNiven and Zach Marsh. That's an interesting one for me. Can we see a Gundawindi local back on the podium? Jamie or Simon Knight. And also the side-by-side, Jeff McNiven and Zach Marsh, a couple of the standout performers. Lockie Campbell also there. But we've seen Class 6 do some great things there. McNiven over the years. Toby Price, finished 5th as well.
Yep.
It would not surprise me to see a Can-Am right up there.
Keep getting this little bit of rain, mate. It's every chance that they can get up there too.
Yep. Once the conditions get a bit softer and the little four-wheel drive, they're light-footed and they can do some magic at Gundy. Before we go into our selections, Jord, I was lucky enough to catch up with the Knight brothers, Simon and Jamie, prior to this weekend's showdown at Gundy. Enjoy.
It's an honour to welcome on to Frogs High TV, Gundawindi's Jamie and Simon Knight. How are you, man?
Yeah, we're good, mate. Thanks. We're good.
So this weekend, the Gundawindi Motorsport Association hosts the annual Gundy 500 with roughly 70 cars set for battle. Everything's in place, Jamie, for the 2025 edition?
Yeah, mate. We're all set, ready to go. Boys went track marking on the weekend and, yeah, all the boxes are ticked and we just wait for the competitors to show up and put a show on.
And Simon, back in the truck on home soil this weekend. You had a good run over at Inglewood a few weeks ago, but you're keen to get out there and rip up some dirt back in Gundy.
Yeah, no, it's always good to have a run in the car. Yeah, we fixed a lot of things in the truck, so hopefully we'll have a bit of a good run.
So tell us a bit about those changes. What have you actually done to that Rush trucks?
Bigger diff, changed all that up, different ratio, cooler systems on the transmission. Yeah, slowly getting there. You'll never be on top of it at all, I suppose. But yeah, slowly getting there.
And Jamie, you've only had the Fink this year, and a rare occurrence for you, a DNF, which is something that hasn't sort of popped up in your game over the last decade or so.
No, we broke a time chain. I probably run the engine a bit too long, and yeah, wasn't quite onto it. But yeah, it was a bit of a shame. We were nearly there. It was pretty good spot for us too. So yeah, anyway, that's what brings it back, as they say.
Back to the event, same format as last
year. Yeah, mate, just the same as normal. Friday night at showgrounds. Yeah, and then just the same format as normal. Yeah, and then with the presentation dinner on Sunday night as well. That's long-lasting Gundy tradition.
Mhm.
We used to from way back when we were last round of the championship, the presentation dinner, and it's always a big hit. So that just tops off the weekend.
And track conditions always been a talking point at Canowindra over the years. You've never had the best of luck over there, but we've had a bit of rain the last week over here on the New South Wales-Queensland border. A few little wet areas, but the track will be prime on Sunday, as you said.
Yeah, no, it'll pan itself out. It'll be good. Obviously, where the wet spots are, we'll push them out, and no, it'll end up being good.
Yeah, we have had some recent rain, which is good in one way because normally Gundy can be pretty dusty. Last couple of years it's been wet, but yeah, we definitely had some rain, and there will be some soggy patches, but by Sunday it's going to be absolutely perfect. It'll be good.
And it's another superb field taken to the track at Torridon this weekend. Outside of yourselves, who do you think will be the hardest to beat at Gundy in a few days' time?
There's a few there. I'm picking Cox. Talbot, he has a hard crack.
Yeah.
I haven't really, don't know. Probably Jamie.
Second, have I got to pick you for first then?
You have to go play.
That'd be a hard man to beat. I know he had a bit of engine trouble there last race, and I know they freshened her up. So if he can get some reliability back, I reckon he loves this track. He absolutely loves it, and he knows it like the back of his hand. So second, Chapo 1, Danny 2. Danny's always fast. He hasn't had a lot of luck up here. That's my 2, 1, 2. But mate, with this lineup at the top end, it's really anyone's game.
It's a different beast when you're at your home event. You've got everything else logistically, everything the event throws at you. So it's sort of that comes first for you guys, and then the racing sort of second. You've got a big team behind you, the committee, all your pit crew and etc. So there'll be a lot of people you'd like to thank. I know you probably can't list them all now, but anyone in particular?
Yeah, we've got to start with the landowners. We run on 13 properties, and without those guys, it just won't happen. So they're first and foremost, and they're all individuals. They all got farms to run, and we go in there and tear it up. So yeah, that's the first. Thank you.
I'm the same. I just go to landowners. Without them, we're buggered. So
and then on from there, our major sponsors every year, Mick Thompson, Raceline, like they're always on board. Without their support, it wouldn't happen either. And then all the local sponsorship. The local sponsorship this year has been massive.
been good.
Sponsorship we've raised just to make the live stream happen, the event happen. It's been incredible. The live stream sponsors, they're great, and all the committee, club members, and anyone that helps out to make it happen. And over the weekend, recovery crew.
That's all we have time for tonight, man. All the best this weekend with the event, and you two in particular. We're hoping here's to be at the top, and go and get them.
All right, mate.
There we go.
Thank you. Thanks again, and thanks, Toad, for what you do for the sport. It's good.
So, Joel, we just wish all the committee and competitors all the best over at the Gundy 500 this weekend. Always one of Australia's marquee events, and strong field, strong club, and I'm sure it'll be go off with a bang. So now, mate, down to our selections. Who's your top three and roughly for the Gundy 500 for 2025?
My top three, mate, I find it hard to go past Clayton, Chapman and Denny Brown. There's a lot of history there with Clayton, 2-time defending champion, and Denny's won 3.
Yep.
They're every chance to win it, but I've also got Talbot Cox. If he can put it all together, I think that he can be up there on the podium at the end of the weekend.
I'd love to see Talbot do well. He's had multiple seconds there.
He's just had a rough run as of recent too.
Rough couple of years, so we wish him all the best. I want to go with Aaron James. Not sure exactly what they're going to be, what the plan is between him and Tanner, if he's actually going to do some laps this weekend. But Aaron James, if he can get it all together, always a quick prologuer. Things probably have to go his way in a sense. I think Aaron can be definitely hard to beat, and I'm going to put all my chips in his corner this weekend.
Yep.
Kai Camilleri, I think podium beckons for him at the big stage. Love to see him have a clean run. Those guys have put a lot of work into that Jimco, and over the last couple of years, he's got his first finish at Moranbah, not where he wanted to be, but I think he can fight it out for an outright position. And Drew Callender, we finished 4th outright there last year in the Razorback. A couple of podiums at Moranbah. He's done well at Don River before. I think Drew Callender can feature. If he performs consistently like he has there over the last couple of years, definitely a chance. Symon Knight is my roughie, George. Seen him perform in Inglewood over the last month or so. I think once he gets out in that back of Gundy, really dials it in, be pushing hard. Well, what a story to be to see Symon Knight atop the dial at Canowindra.
My roughie for the weekend there, I've got Bowie Graham. I just can't go past him with consistency as of recent. Like as you said, he's got a second and a fifth. He's going into Gundy. He's leading the championship. But there's every chance that he can be in the top three come the end of the weekend. And consistency is key when it comes to events like that. Like Gundy, it's long laps, it's rough, it's dusty, it's got everything.
What about our man Dave Mendham? Top 10 chance, I reckon.
Dave Mendham, he's every chance of being there on Sunday in the top 10. Like, he's not the best qualifier. He always gets that little bit of Saturday jitters, but come Sunday, mate, he just keeps circulating with consistent times, and he'll be in the top 10.
So that's a wrap on tonight's show. Thanks again, George, for joining me on the panel. Good luck to all those competing at the Gundy 500 this weekend. And more importantly, stay tuned to the next episode of Frogs Hollow TV. Cheerio.